Abigail has always been a tall kid. Okay?
She's Mothra.
She is. She
was born like this big.
I know. And, and she just stands over every child. Her teachers.
She's the tallest kid in her school.
Yes, okay? So, when my daughter started to have bullies, and I would come up to school and I'm like, children trying to bully my child, and then I would meet the bullies, and the bullies would be this big. They would be this big, but I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't, but I did have to be like, no, that's my God, baby. I'm like, Mothra. They gonna catch up in size in a few years.
Yes.
You've only got like 3 or 4 years to work this size advantage. You need to scare the villagers so they stop stepping to you. Just one good time. Remember that time that boy stepped to her and he cut in front of her in line and like tried to tease her? Abby physically picked him up and put him behind her.
Yes.
That is how you do.
Yes.
Now you're not allowed to touch other kids.
Yes, you don't touch the other children, all right? But recently, a fight broke out in a school bus in Virginia. It was reported that 2 boys beat up a third boy so badly that he had to go to the hospital.
It's just absolutely infuriating to me. The school bus, when I had to take the school bus for a year, it was like Gen Pop.
Yeah.
Like that was the scariest time of the day, because that's the time this bus driver's been told stay out of it.
That's right.
So you just got however long your ride is,
right.
And I would sit up front, right behind him and just be like this.
Right.
With like trapper keepers, just like ready.
Yeah.
Because it was terrifying.
Right.
Now, at another school in North Carolina, another brutal attack took place. Take a look.
Well, it's believed that the fight started because of something that was posted on Snapchat. I'm told that the person who was attacked said something that wasn't nice about New Yorkers on the app, and that didn't sit well with some of his peers. This disturbing video captures punches inside of a locker room.
Oh my goodness. That's horrific.
Wow. And I know the kids filming it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because I know that's not a teacher. You gotta go, you don't just watch what is going on.
No. Well, according to reports, all those attackers were arrested and are facing charges, so that's good.
They were suspended for 10 days.
Yeah.
To me, that's an expulsion.
Yeah, you don't let them come back.
I mean, I'm not really sure what that's going to do, but that's what happened.
But here's the question. How can we protect our kids when we aren't with them?
Right.
We're teaching our kids to fight, make them into bullies. And I've had that question because here's the thing. It's like in today's society, when I was growing up, you had to fight somebody back.
Yeah.
But you can't do that because we have a zero tolerance policy, which I agree with.
Yes.
Okay? I'm not saying that I want my child out there fighting, but then there's kids who you have a problem with.
Well, I think there's a difference between learning how to fight and learning how to defend yourself.
Yes.
And even maybe even learning some tactics to get out of situations, without trying to get out of them if there's any way you can.
Yes. We asked you, Frangelistas, should you teach your kid to fight back? 93% said yes and 7% said no.
Well, I have to admit, when you watch a video like that, you're like, oh my gosh, what do you do?
Well, recently on the Columbia, South Carolina Mom's blog, Leah Stuhler wrote about her son being bullied.
She's also the author of the children's book, The Cupcake Bullies, and here on our Skype line to give us some perspective. Thanks for joining us, Leah.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
So what happened to your son?
Well, my son has a life-threatening food allergy, and so at school he has to sit at a separate lunch table, and some of the other kids made fun of him because of that and because he can't eat nuts like they can.
Oh, wow.
That bullying somebody for that is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
So what had you ever talked to him about fighting or physically fighting before?
It has not become physical for him yet, fortunately, but we have talked to him about that if it were to, what he should do. And we have encouraged him that he should defend himself if he's in a situation where somebody hits him first and tries to hurt him and he can't get away. Then yes, we feel that he should defend himself so that he doesn't get hurt even worse.
And what do you tell parents out there whose children might be being bullied right now in the same kind of way?
I would just tell them to encourage their child to talk to them, to let them know what's going on, to let the teachers and the administration at school know what's going on, and to also try to encourage our student to stay away from certain areas where bullies might hang out in the school if they know about it, and tell them that if the child feels like they can just say, hey, that bothers me, please don't do that, and walk away, that they should do that. But if not, then, teach your child a way to help defend themselves so they're not completely defenseless if somebody punches them.
Well, thank you,
agree with
Leah.
that.
Stay
I do.
with
I
us.
agree
You're
with
right, absolutely right. We're going to bring on another guest. Joining us is clinical psychologist at Seasons in Malibu, Nancy Irwin. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you.
Yes.
A pleasure.
Okay. Are we creating bullies?
We certainly can be. But to answer your question, I don't think we really need to teach our kids to fight.
Okay.
I think we do need to teach them self-defense, and there are plenty of professionals who can do that. Get your kids into a martial art, for example,
Yes.
where it's all respectful and protective, so they can become a peaceful warrior rather than an aggressive one.
Yeah. Right.
I was aggressively bullied in 8th grade, and they had to pull me out of electives because I couldn't be in a locker room. It was just too dangerous, for me. So this is my issue with the zero tolerance policy. It's kind of for both of you actually. If I'm defending myself, that I can get kicked out of school too.
Yeah.
Is that, what kind of message do you feel like we're sending? It feels like we're sending mixed messages to
We
kids.
certainly are.
Yeah.
And a lot of work needs to be done to straighten this out. But just so parents know, there are a lot of resources available out there with a lot of tips. There's one called Speak Up Against Bullying. That's based in Los Angeles, but you can access their website. And there are plenty more like that that are modeled all over the country. So you learn the specifics, a lot of tips and ways to protect yourself. Because bullying is a real problem, and it goes on ages later. I mean, wounds heal, but words sometimes are even worse.
Right. Yeah. Well, it feels like everybody's child is being bullied. I'm not kidding. It feels like everybody's kid is being bullied. So who's doing the bullying out there?
Where are the bullies?
Where are the bullies?
We're living in a very aggressive society now. Yeah. There's a lot of divisiveness. And so I think kids are picking up and reflecting what they hear in the home, or what they're not hearing or feeling or getting at the home. So it starts with having an open conversation with your kids about how are you feeling, what's going on, to cut down on what we call bystander apathy. When you see somebody else bullying, don't take a video. Call someone, scream, yell, run.
Yes.
Because we all have to stand up for ourselves.
That's
This
right.
worked in the Me Too movement. There are plenty of ways to fight. We can redefine the word fighting. It's not just like this.
Yeah.
It's with our mouths and our voices and coalitions.
Well, thank you
Thanks
so much,
Nancy. And Leah, thank you so much. And I hope that things are better for your son.
Yeah.
We're with you, girl.
Yes.
Me Time with Frangela.